Imagine owning Disney's greatest hits, sung by one of America's most iconic songwriters.
The whole new world. A whole new world.
In this once-in-a-lifetime offer, Capitol Records presents Dylan Does Disney.
Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Sing it, kid, take it away. It's our problem-free philosophy when you sing Hakuna Matata.
40 amazing Disney hits by the voice of a generation himself.
In every job that must be done, there's an element of fun. You find the fun and snap the job's a game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. Like a spree, it's very clear to see that just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. It goes down in the most delightful way. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, down.
Including hits like Colors of the Wind.
You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
It's a Small World.
It's a small, it's a small, and it's a small, and it's a small, it's a small world after all.
And You've Got a Friend in Me.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what your old pal said. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me.
Get the collection now for just 3 easy payments of $19.99. If you order now, you'll receive $10 off. That's right, 3 CDs for just $49.99.
Wouldn't you think I'm the girl as everything? Look at this trove of treasures untold. How many wonders can one cabin hold? Looking around here, you think, shoot, she's got everything, but I wish I could be part of your world.
Dylan Does Disney is not sold in stores.
To order Dylan Does Disney, call 1-800-555-1234 with 3 payments of $19.99 plus shipping and handling when you use your credit card today. That's 1-800-555-1234 or send payment to 1755 Broadway, New York, New York, P.O. Box 10019. Don't miss out on this once-of-a-lifetime order. Dylan Does Disney.
But I was thinking about the last episode that you were on, because range of genre was so spectacular that it really is everything that Hidden Jams has to offer. You know, we went from like college drama demo
Right.
through cookie cutter pop into video game or phone video game.
Is that the only video game song you've had?
As far as I'm aware, yes. There was a few that were like, are these from anime? That's as close as we've gotten to video game. And then we also had a really weird TikToker using video game sounds rap metal.
Oh.
And it won.
Really?
Mark Jagello and I.
Ah.
Yeah, we hate probably everything it stands for, but it was the most artistic one. And so we were like, that is.
Okay. And I noticed you're having me back on, I'm assuming, for like the clout.
What do you mean by clout?
Like, because of my YouTube channel.
I mean, it was the biggest episode.
Right, it makes sense.
Words, though. We need 3 words. Have you thought of any, or you're just coming in?
Coming in cold. I mean, we've talked about back in the day my YouTube channel, right? Do you remember when I had my website? What? We talked about some of that stuff. Oh. My brother and I had this website for Nintendo games that was really huge back in the day.
What?
Yeah.
No.
And we had a YouTube channel, and we were actually the third channel ever to hit 1,000 subs way back in the day.
Like
so that's
2005?
It was a long time. So we don't need to get into exact years here to just talk about how old I am, but let's just say I wouldn't look the same. But we have scrubbed those videos.
They're gone.
Because it was like a comedy channel.
Oh. You and your brother?
Yeah.
I never knew this.
But we're, it's not that funny anymore. So it's a little immature.
Does it have to do with one of the words we should pick? What was the name of the channel?
We don't need to get into the name of the channel, but in case anyone wants to internet archive it. But we could go with has been.
Has been. So that's 2 words, right?
Has hyphen been.
Okay. All right.
Because I feel like I'm an OG YouTube celeb.
You're a has been.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. Has been.
Yep. So am I coming up with the next one too?
I don't know. I guess I could come up with one. My first YouTube channel that I posted, I speaking of Green Day, I would do drum covers. This was probably around the same time as your hit YouTube channel.
Why did you say hit like that?
I mean, you're the 3rd YouTube channel ever. Did they send you an email?
Nothing.
This was before Google.
The very early days.
How'd you know you were the 3rd?
Because when you're that good, you're kind of paying attention.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Was that the time of, who did the equals 3?
I don't know.
He was one of the first big YouTuber guys, and he had this thing called equals 3, which is a equals sign and a 3, which...
He might have been after me.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so my original YouTube channel where I did drum covers, but I didn't have the editing abilities to put the song over it, so it was just me playing drums.
Okay, sounds awful.
Yeah, because unless you know the song, it's just me playing like 3 minutes of a Green Day song. But it was funny because someone reached out to me and said, I want to use your video because I play guitar, but I have no drummer. Cool. And so there's a video of some guy playing Christy Road by Green Day, and in the background you see his computer, and I'm drumming on his computer.
And that's cool.
And that channel was called Vans VC because it was given to me by my friend Vansire, who was my friend in middle school. We used to play RuneScape together on the internet. And she was like, I have a YouTube if you want it. I don't want it. And so I put all my videos on that one, Vans VC. So I'm thinking Vans, like the shoe, because I think it's shoes. She named it after the shoes. And VC was her initials, Vansire Chai.
Shout out to Vansire.
Dude, she was so sick. Like, it was the type of friendship where in middle school, we didn't really talk. But then we'd come home and we'd chat on the internet and play RuneScape together and do all sorts of fun things. And we really chatted, like got to know each other. I wonder what she's doing now.
Then you go to school the next day.
And then you go to school, and I think we were on different teams back when they did teams.
She may have just been embarrassed to be seen around you.
I mean, I was embarrassed, just in general. So Vans, we'll go Vans,
We got
like
Vans,
the shoes.
Has been. Need one more. About Woody.
I was thinking that Woody Allen. We could do Woody with a Y.
With the Y, for sure. All right, so what do
Has been.
Has been, okay.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't do a number.
Yeah, but William Shatner has a song called Has Been. That's number one. William Shatner.
Oh, man. How deep should we go for Has Been?
Not that deep. Yeah, I don't think we need to go very far at all. Wait, what year was it that you were probably doing your YouTube thing? Oh, wait, you had how many? You had 1,000.
Yeah.
Let's go 100.
Okay.
I mean, there's not going to be 1,000 for
Right.
Has Been.
Right.
So we'll take off a 0.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Has Been with the dash and everything.
Yep. John Kloberdanz. Or Kloberdanz. So what I'm assuming it's just going to be a dude with an acoustic guitar, but maybe I've got Dylan on the mind here.
Dylan might be a stretch, but I think you're right.
I'm not saying quality-wise.
But I think the acoustic guitar is definitely going to... this is so obviously open mic guitar guy who's older than me.
Yep.
Like maybe in his 50s or 60s. Loves Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. James Taylor.
A little bit ashamed of himself. He's got the hat and glasses on.
Yeah, he doesn't...
Yes.
No, that's just cool because he saw Dylan with the glasses.
Okay.
And
Stumbling towards happiness lets you know like it's he's not yet happy. He's going towards it, so I feel like it's going to be like a bit of a downer. Maybe a little funny.
Yeah, I think he's not going to know how to sing well,
Yeah.
but he's going to act as if he does.
Okay.
He's going to give his all in everything he's doing.
I think this song is going to be mainly about the lyrics, but will we be able to understand them?
I think we'll understand the words, but there won't be any clear message. Like, the syntax,
Yeah.
won't be there.
Okay.
The words will be clear when he sings them.
All right.
Like, he's not going to be some Scottish blues person.
The singing blues of Wet Biscuit McGlee.
One of those rare Scottish blues singers.
Yes.
Like,
The mix is going to be good here.
I mean, it'll be enough for us to understand it.
Yeah.
Might be a little off time. I don't think he used a click. And if he did use a click, he's not good with following a click.
Okay.
I don't have high hopes for this one.
Okay.
Oh, the song's called Has Been, by the way.
Yeah.
So maybe he was big in the day on
Right.
the YouTubes of 1970.
I feel like this is going to be more like one of those, he was good in high school.
He was the guy
You
that...
know, but now he
I see.
isn't.
Do we? This might be recorded with an 8-track.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be...
So just him? Like doing multiple instruments on the 8-track?
No,
or with a band?
No, it's just him on like a tape.
Okay.
Like he just hit the thing and did it.
Yeah.
3 minutes and 6 seconds. That's like a... That's nice.
That's tight.
That's good. 2011,
Yep.
I don't think it was written in 2011. I bet it was released in 2011.
I'm excited to hear this.
I think the rhymes are going to be very elementary. There's not going to be any poetic like imagery. It's going to be
Right.
very, I felt this way, I did this, I was a has-been.
It might have the phrase back in the day.
If it has the phrase back in the day, that would be unreal. That would be crazy. All right.
Will he name check any references?
Oh, he's going to...
What is that?
It's squeaking really...
I feel like I need to dive out of the room.
Is it going to explode?
Has it done this before?
No. You can't tell by the look on my face. Did it just die? It wouldn't be an episode with you unless everything went wrong.
Story of my life.
I guess I need a new TV.
That was crazy.
So the TV just almost exploded, I think.
It wasn't me, I swear.
It was the high-pitched squeaking thing. I mean, has-been better be good.
To be worth all this, right?
Yeah.
The TV is now a has.
Now has-been. All right. There we go. Full band. You kind of said that. Sounds pretty tight.
When I was 44, I never thought I'd be the middle-aged guy that everyone sees. Turned out to be a clean and responsible sort, and not a heavy metal loudmouth like everyone thought. Not addicted to anything that comes out of a bottle. Don't sleep on strangers' couches. Not divorced from a runway model. I would have been, has been, could have been, I should have been a one-time occasional fad. An ex-famous, eccentric, formerly prophetic, past tense, no sense, circumstance, irrelevance, on a comeback plan.
I mean, it's got a Green Day.
A little bit.
Shoes driving 100 miles an hour with a bottle of booze. My God, hanging out under a young man's shirt, gawking at the teens like an old pervert, writing power chord songs about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. A leather-clad fist in the air, singing juvenile songs from deep in my soul. I would have been, has been, could have been, I should have been a one-time occasional fad. An ex-famous, eccentric, formerly prophetic, past tense, no sense, circumstance, irrelevance, on a comeback plan.
Guitar solo.
Yep.
Classic.
This is a guy that plays covers at bars usually.
A drum and a wife, 2 children and a home and a quiet life. No woulda, shoulda, coulda, it don't do me no good.
I was wrong about colorful lyrics.
Yeah.
Very colorful. It's so wholesome. I mean, sex, drugs, and rock and roll have their problems. But they do make good music.
I'm curious if this is like a really tongue-in-cheek kind of song.
I fear not. I want this to be in a musical. Wow. Oh, man.
Ooh. It did have like a Green Day like beat to it.
Yeah.
And I could imagine like an angry, exciting vocal over the top of it.
Yeah,
But that was not what I would have imagined.
No, that was very, again, PG.
Yeah.
Not even PG. That was G.
Yep.
Although he said pervert, that he's not a pervert. Which, to be fair, is probably a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he was, the song is a rocker, but then he's talking about how, like, hey, I can't believe I turned out to be a good guy. No one thought I would be a good guy. But what I'm curious about is if the rest of his stuff isn't wholesome like that, and that's like a wink and a nod kind of thing,
I
or
don't
if that's
think
just
so.
his real persona.
I'm not getting that. No. The sound of his voice felt very sincere in that message. It didn't feel like he was being
No.
ironic or anything like that.
I feel like he's someone who, jams with his buddies, maybe does a couple shows, at bars or something, and doesn't do these songs necessarily.
Yeah, and they like him though.
Yeah.
They like him. He's cool.
I mean, and this one is the kind of song you could do at a bar. I think, and people would think it's or like at a restaurant. And
Yeah,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be funny. I once knew a guy I played with in Rhode Island once or twice. He wrote a song called Candid Camera, and it was about traffic cameras. And it had not the same vibe. I think it was a little bit more mature songwriting, but similar, like side laugh. That was interesting to listen to.
I don't think it's going to be a hit.
It was really clean. And I don't just mean lyrically. I think there were no risks taken with the instruments. Like, it felt very straight and, even the guitar solo, kind of square.
Everything was by the book.
Yeah, and so there's nothing wrong with it. But I don't know.
Maybe would that be dad rock?
A little bit of risk-taking. I don't know, because people call dad rock, like, basically whoever was famous when their dad was...
I think of dad rock as, like, safe rock and roll.
Like Journey?
Maybe. Not Journey back in the day.
Yeah, see, that's the weird thing.
To me, if Journey came out with an album now and I listened to it, and it was just like, yeah, that's a 3 out of 5 star, maybe 2.5 out of 5 star. No, nothing real interesting, but nothing too embarrassing.
Right.
Like a lot of Ringo stuff, for instance, might be just dad rock kind of music.
Even Paul, a bit.
Yeah, he's one I've saved his last couple, but the last ones I heard of his were still quite good, but he still had his voice at that point.
McCartney 3. I listened to that.
I haven't heard that one yet.
That's all right.
Yeah,
that was all right.
His voice is pretty rough on that.
Yeah,
right?
it's old. It's old.
That song is very different from what we heard the first time around.
Oh, yeah.
Because the first time around, I was like, none of these 3 songs were written with me as a target audience, really. Mm-hmm. That one, just a safe little rock and roll number.
Safe.
Is more, up my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's very, yeah.
I feel like I can judge this song confidently. Whereas last time around, I was just like, I don't even know what to say about these songs because they're not my thing.
Yeah.
So we did, you called the second one.
Yeah, I don't remember. Has Been and, our last one was...
Vans.
Vans, because of the YouTube channel. Yep. Vans. Okay. Now, do we do it with an S or a Z?
I think with an S.
I think with an S, too. Vans. Yeah. I mean, because then you can get anything.
Right.
You can get anything from, like, a van to... We get a band called Vansire. The Vans song by the Suicide Machines.
Okay. That's number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of this. I'm sorry it's so small.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of those.
Didn't expect.
All right,
so 20... Let's go 206.
206.
Let's go 206.
Okay.
Why I've created this show. Oh, we get the band Vansire.
Okay.
Look at this.
Bridges for the Young. I'm actually kind of excited about this. Reflections and Reveries. I mean, this looks artistic.
4 minutes and 7 seconds.
Not thrilled about that.
Yeah,
I need a pee break halfway through that.
I mean, but a good song at 4 minutes will keep you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It'll keep you,
Yep. Yeah, if it's good, 4 minutes and 7 seconds is great.
At worst, this is instrumental.
Okay.
But I don't think it is. It feels like because we've already seen some of their other stuff, they must be a band.
Right.
I'm thinking something closer to indie, maybe something I'd listen to.
I mean, I like Bridges for the Young. I like that phrase.
Oh, that is nice.
I like Reflections and Reveries.
That's a little less. I like Bridges for the Young better.
And I like the album cover.
Yeah.
Like there are 3 for 3 for me on possibilities here.
What do we got? We got like a little beach scene with a sunset and like a tower.
Oh, is that sand?
Yeah, that's a beach.
Okay, from here it looks like looking out on like a grassy hill, like from above. But now I see it's like actually a close up.
And there's beach goers too. They've got 500,000 listens.
Right.
Which on Spotify now is really not that big. Unfortunately.
YouTube back in the day.
That was huge.
That would have been.
That's giant. Yep.
What's the thing over on the left of the Vansire?
It almost looks like that the Tower Records. In a way, it's not.
Okay. Right. Reminiscent of that.
Is it closer? Is it like a tiki torch?
Yeah, I was thinking it was like the very edge of a chair or a tiki torch, something like that.
Yeah. You remember the whole tiki torch thing?
Oh yeah. Just like the coolness of having them.
No, there was some like controversy about tiki torches in like 2012 or something like that. It's in there. I don't know why or who or when, but I remember
something happened, huh?
Yeah, I want to say it's like reminiscent of like Ku Klux Klan.
Oh wow.
Or something, and so they wanted to ban tiki torches. It's there. I don't know why or where or when, but I didn't make that up. I couldn't have made that up.
Okay. I mean, I've always thought they were cool. I've never had one myself, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I'll link to it if I can find whatever it is I'm thinking of.
Okay.
The trouble now is I'm going to find some article, some blog thing that someone wrote about it now. I want to find that from
the news source. So what are the chances this will be an instrumental?
No, not much. I don't know. 407's weird. The instrumental on Spotify in 2016 might have been 4 minutes, but now it's short. Now you do like a minute song, and you just produce like 30 of them.
Okay.
And they get landed on a playlist, and people just listen to them in the background. And they just get tons of hits.
So then is this going to be a female or male singer?
I want to say it's a duo. You can kind of see in their photo, there's like their artist picture. I can't tell, but it looks like a girl and a boy. Maybe like a Belle and Sebastian, but maybe a little less pop, a little more indie rock with like folk guitar.
Ooh.
I'm thinking really raw sounding drums. The lyrics are going to be very almost reminiscent of acoustic White Stripes, like kind of quirky, poignant.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'm going to say I've got much higher hopes for this one than I did going in for the last song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was a little nervous about that last one going in.
This is really well put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have the #1 song as well lets you know that people, do think that they're pretty good. And it is interesting. The Vans solely came from the name of the band. It has nothing to do
with the song. Mm-hmm. Bridges for the Young.
It's a cool name for a song.
I think it's going to be almost like a Phoebe Bridgers. Do you know Phoebe Bridgers?
Only from SNL, so just like
a
couple, enough to know that she was good.
Yeah, like Boy Genius. I think it's going to feel like that. Almost like a female not Fleet Foxes. You know Beach House? That's another kind of indie they're more electronic. This could lean electronic keyboard.
That's what I was wondering. If it's going to be like sweeping landscape kind of thing, or
like a beat that's on a keyboard, like.
I'm hoping it's not that. That can be well done if it's done correctly.
I definitely think I'm going to like this.
If it's a duo, I think it's much more likely that there'll be a little bit of that kind of stuff, because just how do you fill out the sound? I
think the quality of this is going to be very good. My worry is that the lyrics are going to alienate me. I'm going to
too pretentious or something?
Maybe not pretentious, but I might just go, like I've heard that before.
Like sappy or like...
Maybe not. I like sappy, but it's got to be earnest. And sometimes it feels like I'm writing this song to Bridges for the Young. I'm writing this song as an anthem for the people. Like you're trying too hard. I don't want to feel like you're trying too hard. Like if you plucked this song from the ether and then you've given us Bridges for the Young, then great. But you might be young yourself, so I don't know.
Right.
I worry about that. But who knows? It might not be that. It's hard. That Bridges for the Young does sound a bit advantageous. That's a big idea.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to hear this. I'm excited.
Right. Nothing blew up this time.
Yet.
Real drums.
That wasn't how I thought it'd start.
Oh, it is leaning towards like Beach House, DuckTales. You know Tame Impala?
Okay, I'll take your word for that. Definitely indie.
Oh yeah. filled out. It feels like an avenue for his poetry. New Smiths. Yeah, a little bit of Smiths. I fear that this could have been me in another universe. Not a bad way.
Yeah.
Wearing a turtleneck. I'm holding the microphone while recording.
Is that what's going on here?
Oh yeah. Very blank expression, deadpan.
That sounds like the Smiths.
I have some hair in front of me. He's got a really nice film camera.
See that?
So, the verse is panned right vocals. Do you notice that? Mm-hmm. And then it makes its way to the front. This feels like it was recorded with an 8-track. This feels like tape.
So you got drums.
A bunch of keyboards.
Yeah.
There was a shaker.
No guitar, right?
I haven't heard guitar. Unless it's got so many effects on it.
Is that thing guitar?
Could very well be this, though.
Would you listen to this at the beach?
Probably. I have a playlist of songs like this. Oh, that ended real quick.
Wow, okay.
I went right into the next one. Definitely leans more towards what I would listen to than the first song. There's a good number of bands that I like that are like DuckTales. That's one of them. He's the guy who I think DuckTales is. Do you know Animal Collective at all? Mm-mm. Oh wow, like indie music, like hipster music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a gaping hole for me.
I almost said I could fill that hole for you, but I'm not sure we're there yet.
Not yet. Yeah, the indie music scene from when I was in college, I knew well, but like when I left college, I kind of stopped hearing that stuff.
There's some really.
I'm
good
sure.
Music. You know Bon Iver at all?
I definitely know at least one song by it.
Cool.
I don't even know if that's just a dude. Or
yeah, Justin Vernon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they may have been on SNL even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that song sounds like an indie hipster version of what is popular on the radio right now. Like
really?
And not in a bad way, but just like the no guitar, kind of like it had a bit more of it wasn't sweeping, I would necessarily say, but that soundscape with the keys going on, that part of it like would fit pretty well in with the Hit Parade.
Whoa.
But the part that wouldn't was, I feel like those lyrics are probably pretty good for the song, but I don't know if he was really shy or something. You couldn't tell what the heck he was saying in the song.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be on the popular radio, that vocal would be pushed way up so you could understand what the heck he's saying.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get what he was saying, which is too bad. Although I think like the lyrics were probably just very
sketches or something.
Sketches of poetry, kind of images of memories and things like that. Almost like There's no progression or story, just kind of random
Right.
vignettes of things, imagery. I don't get the pop thing on the radio, though. The drums were very raw and like in a room, probably recorded with like one microphone. And then the keyboards, that felt like Beach House, if you don't know them. They would go around to yard sales and garage sales and just pick up whatever keyboards they could find, crap ones, and find the weirdest sound and make a song out of it. Yeah, I get more of the indie bedroom rock vibe than radio.
Yeah, well, it's definitely that. I just mean like the no guitar kind of sound is very modern.
I'm surprised there's no like one electric guitar. I guess this guy's just a keyboard dude.
Yeah, I mean that's what most music seems to be nowadays.
Maybe it's just keys and drums. I mean, you see the two people there,
right?
And I'm thinking maybe it's just drums and then he does everything else. I didn't really even hear bass that I remember.
I was trying to identify stuff and I couldn't.
It's wall of sound, I think. You're not supposed to be able to.
So that was...
It wasn't bad.
No, wasn't bad. I really would like to hear a version of that with his vocals.
Boosted.
Yeah, I don't know why so many groups do that.
Because he's doing it himself, and it's really difficult to mix.
Is it?
And when you're doing it yourself, I mean, you really need to just study engineering by people who've done it, because doing it yourself is so difficult.
I mean, he can hear how low he is in the mix.
He doesn't. Maybe he can't figure it out, but he knows what he's saying too, so he might be able to understand it. He might.
Right.
You might be right. He could be scared to put his voice higher. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure part of it is he knows exactly what he's saying, and so it's not as inscrutable.
I think the other thing is you don't know when you're first starting out, and not that they might be first starting out, but you don't know when you're doing it yourself how high the vocals actually need to be in a mix. Like drums and vocals are the two high ones. You put those right up front, and then you mix everything else to those two, because you want to hear the vocals.
Right.
That's what most people first go to.
Yep. I'm like straining to hear it, and that's not that enjoyable when you're like straining to hear it. But the song itself was fine.
Woody.
Now,
are we going to get a name? Like an artist name? I think it's more likely.
Could be. But there's also, Woody, like the beach, like surfing Woody, that you would like drive around in.
We're definitely going to get Randy Newman for Toy Story. There'll be a few of like the soundtrack. Woody's
There's
roundup.
Bob Dylan's song for Woody.
Yep. Woody Guthrie. We could get
Guthrie.
Woody Guthrie in there. Woody Harrelson.
Right. I mean, there are
His Lost Blues album.
Well, there's Natural Born Killers has like dialogue interspersed between all the songs. So like it could say featuring Woody Harrelson or something.
I always find it weird when movies actually put songs that were made for the movie into the soundtrack. I'm trying to think. What's the one with the guy singing in prison? Great performance. Is it... I want to keep saying Marlon Brando, but I think it's Marlon Brando.
I mean, there's Elvis where he does that in Jailhouse Rock.
No.
And so you're saying it's weird.
That song... I'm trying to think of another good example.
Oh, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah. Great movie and great scene as well. But like in the soundtrack of the score, they'll pop in like that performance from the movie.
Yep.
And it's not a recorded version. It's just straight from the movie.
Right.
It's odd to me. I don't know.
And it was by the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could. They might even have some Woody Allen stand-up on here.
Yeah, they did. And then they took it down.
Oh, did they?
I used to listen to it. And then I don't know if it's back up now. But sometimes permissions are weird because even HBO with Harry Potter, it'll be like, Harry Potter's back.
Yes.
And now it's gone. And now it's back.
I feel like with some of that stuff, they do it just to like get you excited to have it back, or the fear of missing out of it's going away.
Yeah. All right, Woody.
So what
we need a
number?
number, though.
He just made his 50th movie.
50.
All right.
We've done a lot of low
Higher
number,
tier,
higher
yeah,
up
right.
to the list. I'm okay with that. Oh, look at you got a
Song to Woody is number 1. The Toy Story song is number 2.
Woody's Gone, Woody and Buzz. Yeah.
Oh, last thoughts on Woody Guthrie from the Bootleg series by Dylan.
Look at Maggie's Farm, number 9.
That is weird.
What?
That is strange.
It's just the AI.
Blowing in the wind I wonder if we're going to get a random Dylan song at 50.
It's just, I know. It's just finding things related to Woody.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
What?
One.
Christmas song.
Wait, though. Vulfpeck?
6.5 minute Christmas
This
song.
is perfect. This is exactly what I want to listen to. Wait. The Woody
Goss.
Goss
A very
trio.
Vulfy Christmas.
Like Vulfpeck? Like the band Vulfpeck? Is this
I
like
don't
a
know.
side thing?
I mean, it's the Vince, what's the
6 minutes, this could be jazz.
yeah, to me it's going to be like the Charlie Brown.
Well, it looks like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, what's the guy's name though? The Vince.
Oh, Gill? No, not Vince Gill. That's,
Vince Squared.
yeah, the guy who
trio.
composed it, yeah. I mean, but One for One, what is that? That's not a song from Charlie Brown that I know.
Not that I know of, but I don't know the names of the instrumentals from the Charlie Brown soundtrack.
Well, we'll know the minute we listen to it.
Yep. I mean,
Wait, okay. I mean, is that what it's gonna be? Because if it's not that,
I agree. I do think it's going to be jazz,
yeah,
instrumental.
like small jazz group, not like big
like a
band.
quartet or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
A key is that Vulfy part, which I do not understand what that means. It makes me wonder if Woody Goss is a part of like what you were talking
That's what I'm
about.
thinking. Yeah,
and, like this little side project or something. Because that word makes no sense without more context. And I feel
mean,
like if you know, you know.
If it's Vulfpeck, we can't. That's a pretty big band, I think. I mean, we could. I kind of want to figure out, let me see, members of Vulfpeck. Because if not, I have no idea what that means. Woody Goss is in Vulfpeck. So maybe we find another number. 105?
Sure.
105, because then you got the 50 in there as well.
Right.
You know?
And Vulfpeck is a big group.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're kind of like, not jazz, they're more like a funk, like rock band. But I could see them doing like a rockish funk.
Yeah.
And that's probably what that is.
Ooh.
Okay, so now,
Back-to-back baritones. Woody by Leo Parker and Sax Gill.
this is a little better, I think.
This is going to be, I'm excited about this.
2008, 2 minutes.
I don't think it's from 2008 looking at that picture though.
Yeah, but is he going for that? Is he going for that like old stuff? It almost looks too much made in Paint, in Microsoft Paint.
Really?
Like, look at the text at the top.
I feel like this is, what does it say underneath it? Oh, that's back-to-back
baritone. So it's two baritone players, Leo Parker and Sax Gill, playing a song called Woody.
Okay.
Is this original? I don't know a jazz standard called Woody.
And I've never heard of these guys. I was hoping it was like something from the 40s that's just been remastered for 2008.
Nah, no.
Either way, I'm curious about it.
But 2 minutes 48 seconds is a short jazz tune.
Yeah.
Because if they both take a solo,
Right.
I mean, how long does it take to get through the whole thing? I don't know.
I do think it's going to be an instrumental though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Although there's a microphone in the front. Is that a microphone in the thing?
Looks like it.
Maybe they're singing.
I would be
mean,
surprised if there
All
is.
of those early Columbia records, they were pretty short songs, even with singers sometimes. Like Ella Fitzgerald tunes would be, or Louis Armstrong tunes were very short. They're like 2 minutes, 18 seconds sometimes. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. They'll be fine players. They'll be fine. Drums, bass, two baritones, piano. That's all we're gonna hear.
That'd be interesting.
It's gonna start with like a little sax intro. If there is vocals, it'll start with a sax intro with the whole drum set and the whole band. Then it'll do one verse of vocals, solos, vocals out.
There's no vocals on this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think we
either.
might get a little rockin' piano thing.
It's so short. How are you gonna keep our interest if there's no vocals for that short? Just saxophones?
No, I think the piano is going to take a part in this.
Oh, maybe. All right, Woody.
Woody. I mean, keep in mind, Woody Allen has had a jazz band for like 40-some years.
Because he
plays
played
the
clarinet.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with that. We'll have to look up afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Oh, it feels way older.
Yeah.
Or is it gonna quickly clip into modern? this is exactly the instrumentation we thought.
Yep. I don't think the piano is going to get a part here, though.
It might get a little solo. We're not even halfway through this 2 minutes. Oh, there's like a whole... That's a section.
That was kind of out of nowhere.
Like that's... It's like a full band.
Yeah.
Those are...
That's not the baritone.
That is a baritone sax. I think you might be right that this is not from our time.
Yeah.
Is it gonna end soon?
It's gotta. I'm just gonna cut him off, right?
Just gotta show off the baritone one last time.
Gotta end with the baritone. So there was no piano bit, but there ended up being a full band in the background instead.
Yeah. I mean, the piano down, out.
Yeah, I mean, it was in. I thought I might get a solo, though.
Yeah. Like,
Instead, it was the full...
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty tepid, I would say, in regards to, like, jazz bands. They were interesting baritone players. I assume there were two. There was
Right.
one at the beginning and the one at the end. You know, the one who was just going...
They didn't... I mean, I don't know
See,
jack
that...
squat about this style. They didn't seem like virtuosos or something.
No. But that doesn't sound 40s to me.
Really?
I think, I don't know if you play like that back then.
I mean, that would... If it's not, that means they're purposely making it scratchy sounding. Which...
Or they're recording with one microphone for the whole band and just using their own dynamics to make it.
I think it's from the old days.
Ah, man. 1940s. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going from the 40s all the way to
2016 was our
Yeah.
highest.
I mean, I don't remember when the first guy was from, but
He was 2008,
okay.
and then the last one was 2016. I mean, okay, that was fine. Maybe saxophone players regard them as like incredible. I don't know though. I mean,
I've never heard of these guys.
Yeah, you hear of like Coltrane,
Right.
you know. Again, unoffensive. I think
Yeah, I mean, that's something you could play anywhere.
it was fine. It was fine. I don't get anything from it though, and I can get something from jazz. You know.
Was it even jazz?
Yeah, that was big band.
Yeah. I mean, is big band always jazz?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like it didn't go anywhere.
Well,
In jazz, I feel like goes somewhere.
Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the Rat Pack, everyone says they killed big band because all the big bands that were playing on their own and were really their own movement of soloers and the craft of arranging for the band and the drummers and all of that was so huge and roaring. And then Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, they turned it into a very pop sensation
Right.
type act thing. That is, I'd say, in the realm of the earlier version of big band. It's before the Rat Pack,
Yep.
movement. I mean, there are probably a lot of bands like that in that era. We only hear about like Benny Goodman and Gene Krupa and all those other big bands from that era. There's got to be other ones that didn't get as big.
Right. Yeah, for sure. They would be one of them.
And then putting them into the Spotify system
Right.
I wonder who puts them in. Is it like...
That's what I was... Is the family members doing that?
Because
Like,
that's a long time ago.
Were they stars back in the day, but just not big enough to have... there's so many stars that get forgotten after they're gone.
And now there's a place where you can put them and
Yeah.
have 14,000 listeners a month, which is not nothing.
Yeah.
They probably never played in front of 14,000 people. But how many? I mean,
Right.
but they've only got 3,000 followers, so we have to assume that they're listening.
3,000 people are choosing to follow these guys.
Yeah, and listen multiple times, most likely.
And they're almost 100 years old. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Or it's some company that's putting it on there that has all these old recordings, and they're making them. I don't know how they would do
Right.
that. I mean, copyright doesn't last that long in the United States, like 50 years or something.
Yeah, it's over.
So this must be public.
Actually, I guess for the U.S., I don't know.
It can be transferred though, and then re-upped.
It's the UK that has that 50-year thing that's caused all the bands from the 60s to do what they're doing, but that's not U.S. law, so not exactly as
Copyright
true.
law kind of sucks.
Yeah.
From what there was a time when I was in part of my master's program where I was really interested in doing copyright law, but it was just so big and kind of out of the wheelhouse of a music ed degree that I was like, this is going to take way too much time for me. So I decided to go with something that's taking way more time, which is neuroscience. I don't know why I changed to that.
Oh my God.
But anyway, copyright law is really weird how it can be like passed on.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's weird too. Like, let it become public domain.
I'm totally fine with the people creating it, owning it. But I don't understand and then they can sell it to some random company or pass it down to the people who had nothing to do with it, and then they're like vigorously
Suing others
for something they had nothing to do with.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't get that
Yeah,
at all.
that's not good. But even the like you're sharing equity in a song feels a bit odd to me.
Yeah.
That's strange too. But
I do, though. I like the idea of the people being involved saying that can't be in a commercial.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But how much power do you have if 1/3 goes to the record company and 1/3 goes to you? I guess that I write your own songs.
Right.
And these are my songs, and have a say in them, maybe? I guess a lot of the pop stars now probably don't write them completely themselves, so they have no choice but to divide that ownership among...
Yeah. I feel like every song you look at, the producer is a co-writer.
There's tons of...
And then most albums do not just have one producer.
Yeah.
So the co-write stuff is crazy compared to in the old days when you look at the credits.
But then you get the opposite end of that coin, which is now if you're your own songwriter and you're producing it on your own, or you're trying to fight for that, no one's going to want you. And so you don't have the reach that others would. And it might land you like the second band with the online following that's somewhat good, but really no stake in the actual music industry.
Yep.
I'm guessing. I don't know. They might be famous, but...
They clearly have an audience.
Yeah, they have something.
But
that how far can that go when
Right.
when it's just them?
they also seem like they could use a producer, though.
Yeah, at least an
A
engine.
mixer or
Yeah. But at what cost?
Right.
That's the old, like, how much of myself am I selling away for the
Right.
Nirvana type Nevermind issue?
Yeah.
Although that seemed pretty... Who produced that album? Not Butch Vig.
Butch Vig did
Was
Nevermind.
Butch Vig? Yeah. I mean, that's a good bet, because he's a great producer.
Yep.
And he, like, holds the integrity of the artist at the same time. If you can find one of them...
Yeah, and that was, one of those classic issues where then Cobain would like feel guilty sometimes about the sound that Nevermind had, but then other times be proud of it, and like that push and pull of it's okay to sell out to some degree, like for people to hear you.
Yeah.
So it gets tricky.
And then the purists of Nirvana are like, they'll never sound like Bleach ever again.
I imagine the Bleach diehards who heard Nevermind and were like, sellouts. Because there definitely were those people.
Yeah.
But, they tried hard with In Utero to bring it back.
And In Utero is a great album.
Yeah. And they definitely lost a lot of fans with it, which I think was what they were going for, was to shed a lot of the popular MTV audience and try and get it down a bit more.
Yeah. the bandwagon fans.
Yes.
Try to shave them away and just go for the real
Yep.
hardcore fans. It is really sad that we didn't get a whole lot from... We got a lot from Nirvana.
Right.
But not, like, man, if they kept going, I wonder how they would act in this.
Yeah, and it was a really weird thing because when he died, like, it was like, wow, like, Nirvana's done. And then it was like, you know, everyone was sad, but we moved on. And, you know, you would look at best of lists and stuff like that, and Nirvana wouldn't be particularly high on it. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe 10 years after Kurt died, all of a sudden I started noticing for the first time, like, Nirvana as a band or Nevermind as an album would be, like, super high all of a sudden.
Like, number 3 on the
lists.
list, I think.
And I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. I can't...
Smells Like Teen Spirit's number 3 on the Rolling Stones 2004 list.
Yeah, and so at the time I assumed, okay, well, I bet that's going to drop. And it really didn't. Like, they really just held that spot for the most part.
It's still that way, yeah.
Yeah, it was... they're
I liked Nirvana in
only
high school.
become bigger over time.
Yeah. Hey, we talked about Dave Grohl last time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was thinking, do you know who wrote Black Hole Sun?
I mean, it's Soundgarden.
Chris Cornell. Soundgarden.
I would assume.
Yeah,
Cornell.
they're another one that I wish there was more. They did a lot,
Yeah.
too. They did a lot, but...
Well, I mean, they had a couple albums before 91, but, 91, all 3 of those bands have a big breakthrough. And then Soundgarden only does 2 more albums after that, I believe, before they break up. Nirvana only does 1 more before they're done. Yeah. And, Pearl Jam
just keeps
is
going.
the one that just keeps trucking.
Pearl Jam held a bit of those 80s people, though. I think a little bit more than Nirvana. Because if Nirvana was, like, really kick-started the 90s grunge movement.
Right.
And I could be wrong because I wasn't really there for a whole lot of this. It seems like Pearl Jam was a nice balance between that 90s and some of the people in the 80s who were looking for something that was a little bit more anthemic hard rock, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I believe, I don't know a ton about Pearl Jam's history. I think it's 2 bands that come together to make Pearl Jam that would have been 80s bands.
Yeah.
From the Seattle scene.
Like Eddie Vedder feels like he could be an 80s singer.
Right.
And
they feel like a legitimate rock band, whereas Nirvana
doesn't.
never felt like a rock band.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So to speak.
Cool. Okay,
so we've got 3 songs. I'm just gonna say right now, I didn't love any of them. So that makes it a little tricky.
I'm trying to remember how you voted last time.
I picked the
first
high school one last time.
But your reasoning was like,
I felt like she tried the hardest, had like the most to be proud of with that song. She had done the most work and it had paid off.
It has. Like. I think it continues. It's
and then honestly,
it's only paying off more.
The more we heard about the afterwards about the video game song, the less excited I was when I heard that like it actually does sample some Nintendo music.
Yeah, I actually think the second one might be a better bet out of both. I don't know. I didn't hate it. Anyway, that's a different show.
Yeah, this time around, I mean, 3, in my opinion, quite different songs.
Oh yeah,
right. You've got one by it's like a standard rock and roll song.
Has been,
but like super safe.
Really,
like, but like, it's kind of like the point of the song.
Yeah,
is like I could have been this like wild and crazy guy, but instead I'm like
at
Nate
home,
Bargatze
reading to my reading to my kids. And,
very clean cut.
Oh.
And then you've got a very indie, really
lo-fi.
Basement
rock.
Who I'm sure there's people who love those guys.
Right.
Nothing bad about the song. I just would love to hear a version with the vocals much higher up in the mix.
Right.
And then you've got this 40s jazz song that just
big band
doesn't really go to.
It doesn't scratch your
anything great
itch for
places.
jazz. It doesn't scratch the itch. If you're looking for a jazz tune, it's not bad. Again, very safe.
Yep.
Very safe. Other than that solo at the end, which I think he was trying. I mean, that one.
All three of the songs felt kind of safe for the genre that they were in.
Sure. Oh man, the hidden gem though.
I know what my ranked order would be of the three.
Oh no.
And I feel like
It's gonna be the exact
I
opposite.
feel like it might end up like being a.
You might be surprised because I'm still not sure which one I think is the hidden gem. I don't think it's the one I like might not be the hidden gem, which is the second one.
Okay.
Because I think
That was my least favorite.
they have a following. They have a following, and I like it, but it doesn't do anything for me. The one that did the most for me is the first one.
Okay.
And then the jazz one,
Yeah, this is.
it's a little bland. It's a little
Right.
bland for me. There's nothing there that's exciting. The first one, I've never heard a song like it before. I think that guy meant it in whatever way
Yeah.
he meant it. I think I might go with the first one
Yeah, for me, it's definitely the last one.
as the hidden gem.
Yeah. So that's what we're working with here. Is like even though there's nothing amazing about that song, I still like the first song is kind of embarrassing. But I do appreciate that it's like rock. It's got a guitar solo. It's just that everything about it is so like exactly the safest version of that you could do.
That's exactly what I said about the first one last episode.
Yeah, right.
The first one made me feel embarrassed.
I don't know. There's something about like that. She put herself a lot more on the line. Yeah, but this is done by like an old man rather than like a college kid.
He was a college kid once.
I know, but he's saying like, look at me, I'm Nate Bargatze now.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't. The reason I liked the first one was because it was just so weird.
Yeah.
I've never heard those words said.
I mean, maybe we need to listen to it again.
I don't want to. Maybe
It's not even good enough to listen to again.
Maybe that's not the hidden gem. I don't know. Okay, wait.
Because I could listen to that third song all day and night.
All day and night?
Like it's inoffensive. Like unfortunately for it, it's like so bland. Like it's, when I play an old school video game that's only got a couple songs on the soundtrack, I'm gonna be literally listening to it for hours.
Perfect. That is zero. The first guy dipped under zero to make his song. That is something. He has went from just bland safeness zero into a new level of I'm violently safe.
But also
it's actually concerning. Like no human should be that.
I mean, I didn't mind the first song. Like I did like it.
He's one bad day away from absolutely erupting.
I'd like to hear that song.
Maybe it's later stuff.
I'd like the earlier stuff when people thought that he was going to be, because he's saying it's such a surprise that he turned out the way he is. That everyone thought that he would be like a deadbeat and a loser.
And what I'm saying is he is, but he just hasn't.
He's owned himself.
He's holding on to his AA chip.
Right.
Oh, okay. So yours is the third.
Definitely. I would not really want to hear the other two.
Okay, that's the part that's convincing me towards your direction. But I would want to listen to the first one, but it almost feels ironic because I enjoyed it so much.
So here's what I'd say.
So much of
if you're not willing to listen to it again,
I felt nothing for the other two.
Yes.
This is how I voted last time. Is the third one was just so enjoyable.
I mean, I felt like the third one.
I don't want to listen to this. I mean, this one's short. The jazz one is short.
It's got a good groove to it. I do enjoy
It's fine.
It's just nothing special about it. Whereas the first
The second one was
song-
so long and really didn't offer anything spectacular.
I mean, I feel like the second song is exactly the same for its genre as the third song was for its genre.
But
it's
first
just that I
one-
prefer the third song's genre much more than the second song's genre. The first song, there is no genre for that.
That belongs
right?
on this list.
But
That is so hidden, and one of a kind. And he had a hook. Like the chorus had this kind of catchy little back and forth thing. Had the solo. It's perfect length for a song. I think I'm going.
you have to be willing to listen to it again then.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
Let's
not gonna.
fire it up.
No.
You will not even listen to it again now. That it cannot be the hidden jam.
No, I can do it now. I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. If you do not want to listen to it as we're announcing the winner, and it is not good enough to be the winner.
All right. So I mean, how do we decide here? Because there's only two of us.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say about the ranked voting.
Okay.
Right? Ranked choice voting, I would have said the third song would have been first place, right? The first song would have been second place.
Okay. So that's where we disagree.
And then the middle song would have been last place.
Okay.
And you had originally said the middle song was first place.
No. I said that was the one that's closest to what I would listen to.
Right.
But I don't think it's the winner. I think my order is the first one,
song.
the jazz one, and then
That doesn't help us.
and then the
Because we just gave the middle, the same two got 3 points total then. No. Do we flip a coin? Do we?
He recorded with Coleman Hawkins' early bebop band at age 18. So this guy, he's played with real musicians.
I haven't heard of those musicians, but I'm sure they're legit.
Who was our first one? What was his name?
No, I mean, I think they're both hidden jams in their own way. I'm fine with picking the first guy.
No, but that doesn't...
Because what I did like about the song was that it was like a straight ahead rock and roll.
Don't give me the win, though.
Kind of vibe to
Now
it.
you're rationalizing it. I think we'll have a tiebreaker, but this time we'll do your wife.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't be down for that.
She would definitely be willing to do that. They're not.
Signing a band, it seems so unimportant.
After everything.
After everything I just discussed, I could care less which one.
I think the first one is the most hidden jamish, in my opinion.
Your opinion changed, or we just want to go home?
No, I'm fine with that for sure.
But it's an ironic listen.
Right. If you were gonna play one of the you gotta listen to this one. It'd be the first.
It'd be the first one
out of the 3 songs.
Totally. The other two are just there. And like, if I put this on the Hidden Gems playlist, there's going to be a dead moment. And I think the dead moment's going to come from either the second one being so long and kind of boring,
Yep.
the third one being short, although it wouldn't be offensive. It's short and...
I think people would be kind of waiting for something to happen that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this will be interesting, and then it's just kind of.
You know, I think we should go with the third one then. What?
I was just all in on the first one.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't want to forget about the first one. That's the other thing. Why don't we just go with both? No.
Yeah, I don't think this.
No.
I don't think this episode is worthy of 2 of those 3 songs.
What if we flip something and then see how we feel?
That's fair enough.
This is all I have.
Okay.
So,
Colors are heads.
yeah. And then tails.
That's tails.
So heads will be,
Heads is the first song.
yeah. What's it called?
Has been. It's has been. I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that?
I'm very happy with that. Sorry to everyone.
Now, I do have
Boy.
to tell you something.
Oh gosh.
I didn't really have a YouTube channel. I was just trying to sound cool at the beginning of the episode, if you remember.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I apologize if I fooled you with that. I realized that, it wasn't worth the clout that I was trying to get.
All right.
from that. But if you ever need to be in a position to get some clout, feel free to use
that story.
Yeah, because if you say you're like the third person to get something, that's pretty hard for other people to research to figure out if that's really true.
So for you to feel like satisfied with people being amazed at something you've done, saying you're third is enough?
Yeah, because I don't want them to research it and figure out that I didn't really do that.
But you must have done something.
What do you mean?
Like, you must have done something that you're, like, proud of.
Yeah, but we're talking YouTube here. So I was trying to connect with the youth.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't want this on the...
Oh, most people don't go to the end of an episode. I'm going to assume this is at the end of the episode.
drop off.
So most people will leave this episode thinking that they watched a YouTube celebrity.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. So I'll put this after the credits.
Right.
Okay, but we do need to get this as if we just decided that the first one is the hidden gem.
Okay.
Because that's how we end it all. We do the click.
Okay.
All right, wait, so, yeah. That's great. What was it called?
Has been?
Has been is our hidden gem for the day. Very nice.
Okay. Should we try that again?
No, that was great. It has to be that awkward. That's perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Could've been a has-been, could've been a should've been a one-time occasional fad. An ex-famous eccentric, formerly prophetic, past tense, no sense, circumstance irrelevant. On a comeback plan. Wearing two-time pants and Doc Martin shoes, driving 100 miles an hour with a bottle of booze. My God, hanging out under a young man.
Okay. You got a friend. Because that's like old. That's old pop Dylan. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
Can you go back? I'll hit it one more time. I'll get a bunch and I'll put them all together.
I'll give you a few seconds.
That's pretty good. I had sun in my eye the whole time, so if I look like I'm scowling, it's real. You think one more time? That wasn't good?
No, I just didn't know if you wanted.
I'm good with
to put
that.
them all
Let's
together.
just get the wide angle now.
Okay.